Let's listen to what they're saying.
Steve Sippett, and I'm the Chief Medical Officer of Scott and White Memorial Hospital. And I want to thank you for joining with us today. Please also join me in extending our thoughts and our prayers to our victims, to the families, to all of our men and women in the armed services, and to our community at large. Fort Hood is very much part of our family here at Scott and White, and our hearts, thoughts, and prayers go out to them. What we're focusing on today is ongoing continued patient care. You're going to be hearing from Dr. Davis, who is our medical director of our trauma services, about the specifics. We're also focusing on help for our families. And to help us understand what we're doing for our families, Reverend Smith is going to be speaking with you today. And also because we understand that there may be some specific questions related to post-traumatic stress disorder. Our chairman of the Department of Psychiatry, Dr. Alex Thompson, is to my right, who can answer questions related to that. The final thing I would like to say is also I want to extend a very exceptional care team here at Scott and White for what they did last night and what they're doing today. Dr. Davis.
Thanks, Steve. I want to kind of echo some of those comments before I began addressing the patient status. I think that some particular attention needs to be given to Darnell Hospital over on Fort Hood. They did an exceptional job of stabilizing many of these patients and getting them ready for transfer here. My hat is off to them. I think that their crew did an exceptional job. I would like to also thank my colleagues in trauma who worked tirelessly throughout the night, along with my colleagues in emergency department, nursing, ICU, etc. I think it was a well-played team effort. In terms of the patients, this morning we do have 9 patients here at Scott and White. 3 of them remain in critical condition. We have 5 others. 2 of those are what I would consider fair condition, and the remainder are in good condition. There is a possibility that several of them may actually be discharged from the hospital today. Some of those are fortunate to have minor injuries and will not require further hospitalization or procedures at this time. The ones who are awake and talking are in good spirits. I visited with each of them this morning and their families that have made it to the bedside. We have been able to contact all family members for each of the patients who are here. And so that has been a good thing to be able to accomplish this morning. Again, they're in good spirits. We've had some good discussions this morning. At this point, that's kind of what I had prepared. I'm happy to try to answer any questions that you guys may have.
You got to describe the injuries you're looking at now for the critical patients.
Sure. So our critical patients have, specifically, they have some injuries to the neck. We have a potential spine injury, and we also have an abdominal injury. Those are the 3 patients that I would still consider in critical condition.
Doctor, this morning that they were going to have to undergo further surgery today. Have they?
There are 2 patients who will require further surgery. The third is undergoing some further diagnostic testing, and it's not definitively clear whether or not he will need surgery. The other 2 will undergo reoperation, one today, one probably tomorrow. Well, the one patient who has an abdominal injury will need to go in and just make sure that bleeding is controlled. The idea is to reestablish the continuity of the intestines. We've had to do some resection there. And basically make sure that everything is physiologic and ready to kind of put back together. The neck injury will need further re-exploration and potentially some work by specialists who look at injuries in the neck there.
Doctors, are any of the victims veterans themselves, or doing a mix of DoD civilians and veterans?
My understanding is they're all current military. Again, 8 males and 1 female.
I think that their degree of military service varies. I think they're as young as 21 and up to their 40s in age. So there's probably a varying degree of amount of military service there.
What were those numbers again? I'm sorry, the ages?
I believe low 20s to mid 40s. I don't want to get held to a specific number, but that's what I understand.
The neck injury, what's the chance of
That's not clear right now. I don't want to put a percentage on that. We've still been working through just kind of evaluation of that injury with radiologic techniques, having our neurosurgeons and our spine team at the bedside to evaluate that. And we'll hopefully have some more information on that in the coming days. But right now, I feel like it's a little bit too early to prognosticate on that.
Can you kind of describe the injuries of the folks who made?
All right, we've been listening to a news conference at the Scott and White Memorial Hospital in Temple, Texas, getting the update on the condition of the patients there. There are 9 of them, 8 men, One woman ranging in age from as young as about 21, as old as the mid-40s. 3 patients right now in critical condition. Still, 2 of them will require more surgeries with injuries to the abdomen, spine, and neck. 5 other patients doing fair or good, and some of those patients could be released today.